I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
And you are back with another Colorful&Co video. And the Vanity Fair's Oscars After-Party
was outrageous.
I was trying to get the full name in there. Vanity Fair
Sponsor
After-Party.
An after-party.
For the Oscars.
Say it like a sentence.
There we go. So we, of course, have to take a look at some of the outfits that we saw. And the first one that we're going to dive into was just the best thing we could possibly have asked for. Because Lindsay Lohan showed up in a silver gown. But what also was happening was the lighting was very warm at the Vanity Fair Oscar party. So look at this. She showed up in the silver gown, but look at what happens when her gown was lit up warm and looking gold. It's unbelievable. I know you and I say this all the time. Mm-hmm. I wish that we could have two separate colors, have the celebrity wear two different dresses, one on a cool and one on a warm or within their season. And this is exactly what happened. Lindsay Lohan showed up with this silver dress. It was reflecting a lot of coolness. And then look at what happens when it reflects beautiful warmness.
And this highlights a bunch of different things. Mm-hmm. One, it's a great way to, if you're a little unsure about what's the difference between warm and cool, look at Lindsay left and right. That's the difference between warm and cool. And we have many people in this industry who use silver and gold lame. You know, they place it on somebody to determine if they're a warm season or a cool season. Mm-hmm. And that pretty much does what this Lindsay Lohan image does. And the beautiful thing is they captured it perfectly because Lindsay has this beautiful red hair. And she looks fantastic both ways. But her skin is very, very, very fair. She's, got freckles. She's a redhead. She, has very fair skin on her shoulders and her arms. But when she stepped into this golden light, she looked like a goddess, which kind of tells me that I need to carry around my own personal lighting, maybe on a selfie stick.
Well, this does go back to what we talked about when you are wearing shiny materials, because it is going to reflect what is around you. Mm-hmm. So when you do show up to an event in silver or gold, like when we did the Dune premiere and Zendaya was in like the suit of armor, that is going to reflect the surroundings. So it's not just solely going to take in on that. But
by design,
right.
It's going to reflect your surroundings. And it's not just the lighting. I didn't mean to head down that road too far. It's what's in front of you, what, at what's at certain angles from you, depending on how reflective your clothing is. Now, Zendaya, you could see herself or see yourself in her armor. And so it was that reflective. But this is not so reflective that, you're going to be seeing images or things in here. It just reflects light.
And look at her hair color. That's one thing I just wanted to point out.
Rich, in the golden light, and so not rich.
Right.
On the cool side.
If you are somebody who's warm and you wear a cool tone, it does take away the richness. Because remember, like we did in our Color Illusions video, what happens is your eye is seeing the surroundings and pulling you towards that season.
Yeah, and it naturally, again, your eye does, well, not your eye, we say your eye. Everybody says, the eye travels here. It's the brain. The eye is bringing images, light images in, and your brain is interpreting them. So in those color illusions, your brain is saying, wait, I want to make this all of a piece. I want to make this all kind of the same range of color.
Next, we have America Ferrera.
She's so pretty.
Isn't she? And so earlier in the night, she wore this pink gown to the actual Oscars. And then she transitioned into this very beautiful dress suit. Pants?
Coat dress. Coach dress.
Beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful color. Stunning on her. It looks fantastic. fantastic. But one thing I will say is I think she could have afforded to punch up her lip color a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. I think so. And but notice her jewelry is in the right season. So bravo. I can't decide if I like the black tights or if I would have liked a natural
I thought it was so cute.
On her.
Look how
Well,
cute.
you know what?
With the shoes. I think everything.
We'll throw that out to you guys because it's, you know, it's personal preference, neither here nor there. I just think I would have liked to have seen a complete line from her chest area down her legs. And but the black worked because it, you know, went with her hair color. And the pink, let's go back to the pink a second, because I think it lacked punch. And remember what we always say about winters, that winters are bold, they're clear, they're intense, they're contrasting. I don't think, I mean, the coolness of it was perfect, but I don't think the dress had enough punch, enough of a, you know, what jewel would this be? Well, you know, I think it needed to be a little more ruby-esque or a little more hot pink. We did a great video on, wasn't it hot pink?
Oh, shocking pink.
Shocking
yes.
pink.
Just
you know, if
just to
that
punch it up.
Yeah, if that had been more of a shocking pink, I think it would have been killer on her. And in both instances, I think she could have punched up her lip color a little bit. I mean, she's beautiful either way, but I do think that that she's better in red than she is in that kind of dusty pink. That dusty pink would be fabulous for me, Sarah.
On a summer, it absolutely would
and
have
if you
been
ever
gorgeous.
want to get me a gift, like a gift of a designer gown, that would be the one I would
go.
like.
Now, next, we have a question for you guys.
Yes.
Which is Margot Robbie.
The debate of the century.
Right. So we want to know what your thoughts are. On the left, she wore a black gown to the Oscars. On the right, she wore a gold gown to the Oscars. But I will say one reason that this is difficult is because the low-lying dress neckline. Now, what do we always say? If you're going to be in the wrong season, drop it as low as you possibly can.
Make sure that it's closer down to the bust so you see more skin, and which she did that, and that gives her a tremendous advantage. We're also seeing her on a black background, which in a way makes her look like she's just kind of floating in space, and it doesn't really scream a color to you. But on the right, I have a clear, we want to know what you say, but I have a clear preference for her on the right. And one of the tricks that I always use is if you've got a color issue and you're not quite sure and you have the option of matching your hair color, do it. Because it's hard to go wrong when you make sure that your hair and your outfit is of a piece. Remember, we're all about bathing ourselves in harmonious light and color harmony, and that just does it. With the black dress, what happens is you get this stripe across your body, and that's not as flattering as, you know, having a frame and treating yourself like a work of art.
But you said match her hair. Now take a look at her roots, though.
Well, again, the eye, the brain, blends things together, because if you look at the sequins on the dress, there are sparkles. There's reflectivity that kind of matches her roots. You know, you see a darkness in some of the reflective particles, which makes it even more like her hair color because you've got kind of an ombre effect. So again,
what's amazing is, so this is the same exact night. On the left, her hair color looks much more cooler, and on the right, it looks much more warmer. So this is one of those things, again, it's just that color illusion that we have going on in our brain.
But look at her face. Look at her blush, and look at her under eye area. You can see the under eye bags, for lack of a better term. The shadows, I think is a better word. The shadows under her eyes in the black dress. Over on in the gold dress, it's flawless. So, did she suddenly get a facelift? I don't think so.
So please let us know down in the comments what you thought about Margot Robbie. We have to know what you're thinking because it really is difficult when you have that kind of comparison. And this is the best of both worlds because earlier in the night versus
Later in the night.
Right, we get to see the same people, same day, just a couple hours apart. So don't forget to like and subscribe this video. I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
This is Colorful&Co, and we will see you in the next video.